My name is Barb Beck, and I am the Special Services Program Coordinator with WANIC, serving students who come to our programs with IEP plans and 504 needs for support. And I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much.
Hello, and I'm Carrie Hsu. I am the Director for the WANIC programs in our Northeastern King County region. Okay, we're going to launch into everything all about WANIC. So first of all, Issaquah has a pretty good percentage of students that come to our programs. We've got about 11% of our full year programs are accessed by Issaquah students. Out of a total of 660 students in the consortium, 71 students are from Issaquah for the current school year, and 49 students from Issaquah accessed our summer programs. And even broader statistics, we show that we have applying to all students in career and technical education. One of the things that I think is very, very important to note is that students who take 2 or more credit courses within a CTE pathway, of which WANIC meets those standards because they earn 3 credits in our programs, are far more likely to go on to college. And when a student does go on to college, they are 95% more likely to graduate. So that's an extremely important statistic for career and technical education and WANIC in general, because we know that oftentimes students go to college not knowing what they're going to do, and a lot drop out in that first year. And so we're really proud of the fact that we help our students figure out their next steps. All right, so what does WANIC stand for? WANIC is Washington Network for Innovative Careers, and we serve—
the WANIC presentation is—
Pardon? We serve Northeast King County, and we have 7 school districts and 34 participating high schools. We offer advanced career and technical education courses in which students, as I mentioned, earn 3 credits during a full school year, 540 hours. And we have 21 skill center programs across 9 locations. And we're going to get into quite a bit more detail about that in a couple minutes. So first of all, just taking a look at our map. So we cover about 1,000 square miles of school districts within the consortium. We have the 7 participating school districts, starting to kind of down at the south end. We've got Issaquah, we have Snoqualmie Valley, Mercer Island, Bellevue. Lake Washington School District is the host district, and Riverview School District out in Duval, Carnation, and then as far north as North Shore School District up in Woodinville and Bothell. So each of those districts, the students are eligible to apply to all of our WANIC programs. And we have programs you can see from this map spread out throughout the region. So up in North Shore School District at Woodinville High School, we offer a nursing program. At Bothell High School, we have automotive technology 1 and 2, baking and pastry, and pretty soon we're going to be offering a building technologies core plus construction course up there. And then at the Bellevue School District, we offer at Interlake High School building technologies core plus construction. We have at Bellevue High School automotive tech 1 and 2. At Sammamish High School, another nursing program. And at Newport High School, we have Cisco Networking 1 and 2 and Culinary Arts 1 and 2. And then in your own district in Issaquah, we offer a sports medicine program. And then let's travel back on up north to the LW Tech campus. At the Lake Washington Institute of Technology is where the WANIC offices are housed, and we also have several programs located in the Allied Health building there. So we are a high school, a skills center, not the college, but we're located right there at the college campus for some of our main programs. We're going to be starting an aviation technology course, which is highly STEM based next year. We also offer dental careers, firefighter EMS program, health sciences nursing program. And next year, we're going to be offering a systems medicine program, which is a offshoot of our summer offerings. And then we also offer medical careers, which you can earn a medical assisting. And then at the DigiPen campus, we've had a long time partnership with that college and those K-12 programs. And we have Art and Animation 1 and 2. And next year, we're going to be offering data analytics and visualization. And this is really important to us because we tried to offer it last year and we only had 7 students sign up. But what we hear from our industry partners is how much they are needing data analysts, whether it's in agriculture, health sciences, computer programming, manufacturing. Many jobs are out there in data analysis. We also offer game design 1 and 2, music and sound design 1 and 2, and video game programming 1 and 2. Next slide.
I'll jump in here and just highlight a few things. Again, our programs are open to juniors and seniors, those 11th and 12th graders for next fall. And as Carrie said, these are career and technical education programs, CTE programs. The full year programs, 2 semesters, the students are able to earn 3 full credits. That's 1.5 credits each semester. It's a year-long class, and we call those full year programs preparatory programs. And that's a little different than our other offering in the summer semester. We'll talk about that at the end of this presentation. Those are available to students in 9th grade through 12th grade. We refer to those as exploratory programs. More on summer in a little bit. Let's take a look at what do students gain by participating in a WANIC Skill Center program. There's opportunities, of course, to do extended learning time each day in a career pathway. And our classes are, again, 3 class periods, so it's about 2.5 hours of class session when they're on in a WANIC program. They're gaining experience on that career pathway, exploring it if that's an interest to them. A good way to find out if it is, good way to find out if it is not. But either way, they're earning high school credit as well as the opportunity to work with state-of-the-art equipment. We have industry standard labs and teaching spaces, an opportunity to meet their CTE graduation pathway. That can be fulfilled by taking, as Carrie said, 2 credits in the same pathway, fulfills that for students' graduation requirements. And in the majority of our programs, students can either earn and apply for college credit. In addition, while they're earning high school credit, they can apply for college credit, or the programs move towards opportunity for an industry-specific certification. And we'll give some examples of that in the program, slide by slide on each program. One thing that I think is really important to stress here is that these career programs allow students to continue beyond high school to 2-year colleges or 4-year colleges beyond their graduation. And the opportunities, all of them include leadership skill opportunities, and our instructors in the CTE programs are experienced in industry fields. They're also guided by advisory committees with industry professionals, helping them to stay relevant in their learning. Let's take a look at some of the eligibility requirements. So what do you have to do as a student to be eligible to register for our classes? Well, you need to be connected, registered at one of the high schools in the WANIC consortium, back to those maps that Carrie showed, and we'll show those again at the end. The student has to be heading into 11th or 12th grade. The sending school, the career specialist, or the college and career specialist at the sending high school, is critically important because they're the ones who process registration and approve the application for a WANIC program. So if you are a student interested in the WANIC programs after this presentation tonight or after the open house, you'll want to speak directly with the career specialist as soon as possible for next fall. Some of the programs offer information sessions. require information sessions in order to be fully approved. And then many of the classes have prerequisites, and we'll see that highlighted in a few minutes here. If you are looking to register for a WANIC program in the North Shore or the Bellevue School District, you need to pay attention to the priority enrollment date, which is April 15th, and that'll be highlighted in a minute on each program. Really critically important is that students are responsible for their own transportation to and from their WANIC programs. We'll say some more about how critical that is. And there are a few exceptions where students rising into 10th grade might be eligible, and in the registration process, it'll dictate whether that's a possibility or not. We take 10th graders on an individual basis with some programs. Let's take a look at the expectations for success. We are really setting up our students. We want them to be successful in every program for the full year. And to get the most out of any of the WANIC programs, it's really important that you're committed to these following aspects. To be attendance. Attendance is the biggest predictor of success. You just need to be there every day on time, showing up. Work completion is important, like it would be in any high school. We don't have a lot of homework because of the design of our classes in the 2.5 hours. There are a lot of daily activities and assignments, but it's important to turn things in on time. College level reading and writing is expected, and also being able to demonstrate the acquired hands-on practice and skills. In all of those classes, it's important to be able to work independently. We have typically a mix of independent time and group work time in our classes. And on our website, which will be referred to at the end of the program, there's a course expectations guide, which would be critically important to review and see the details of a specific program you're looking for, what's expected of that program. Some other important considerations: students spend half a day in your regular high school and half a day at a WANIC location if you're connected with us. And that might work great for many of you who can navigate that shifting gears and change of locations. And for others, that might be really difficult to switch. You know yourself best with those kinds of changes. That commuting between schools, though, takes a lot of planning, a lot of maturity to go between two locations, be there on time, regardless of the weather, for example. Students need to be maintaining the commitment to also follow a calendar that could be different from your own school district, your own high school. Most notably, for instance, spring break sometimes does not line up from district to district, or other days off. And so it's critically important that the student is still going to the days that are required on the calendar connected to the WANIC program. And just a note here, and you'll learn more tonight after our program about Running Start, but WANIC is not the same as a Running Start program. If students are connected with us, enrolled with us, they're not affiliated with the college. They do become enrolled in the school district where that program is located, in addition to your own Issaquah school district. And we'll have Barb say a few things about what that schedule could look like.
Yeah, some varieties of scheduling options that students and families should consider. One of the things that we wanted to make sure that you do get a copy of the presentation. We did hyperlink the start and end times here at the title part of this slide. So you could click on that to see just all of the different programs when they are starting and ending. The student's career specialist and the school counselor will be the ones to coordinate the schedule and finalize all of those details, making sure that everything is balanced in both locations. And students need to register as usual with their school process and get the courses that they want all in line. But some really important considerations, a lot of our classes are, if students are scheduled in their classes, they could have morning classes, those 3 periods, and then lunch would be done in that middle travel period. And then they would take the other 3 periods at their home high school. Alternatively, they would, you know, be at their home high school, have a travel period, and then come to WANIC to us in their second part of their day. That works great. And then some students do take 4 periods at their home high school. And if they are interested in doing the DigiPen programs, they could then take a late afternoon course there that would be 3:30 to 6. And that works great too in a 7-period day. What we really want to highlight that does not work well, it has not been successful, although it's tried a lot, is that sometimes students want to take 6 to 7 periods at their home high school and then try to do DigiPen at the end. And that just is an extremely stressful situation. So we really want to warn against doing that. Again, make sure you take a look at the hyperlink at the top of this particular slide. Okay, some other important considerations, and a reminder too, if there are questions, to put those in the chat so that we make sure that we answer any of those. And so we'll move on here to the next slide, where we talk about some other important considerations. Attendance really is one of the greatest predictors of success at WANIC. We can't stress enough how important it is to just show up and be engaged in the learning process. And we really know that the students who show up, we can provide, that's one of my main roles, is to provide support to students who need it. If they just get here, we can really do a lot to help them through their courses. One of the major things too, one day of WANIC is really three days of missed class, 3 periods in one of the classes here at WANIC. So you can just see that missing just one day of class really does impact the student in their progress and process. We want students to really be engaged in the hands-on activities that are provided, and make sure that they, you know, let us know if there's any attendance issues or if they have a planned absence. We also really want to stress with students that, yes, have a main way to get here, that transportation is figured out, and then to make sure you have a plan B and even a plan C for transportation options, so that that students aren't missing any of their classes. Okay, so what are the costs? We've said this, and we want to reiterate that WANIC is free, that our programs are free. Some programs do have supplies, fees, and any students that may have some difficulty managing those classroom fees, if there are some, we do have barrier reduction funds that students can access if they qualify for free and reduced lunches at school. In those programs, we can provide some barrier reduction reduction funds, so that that's not a problem at all. We just have to have that conversation and take people through the process to access those funds. So I think we'll move on to the next slide. So financial assistance with those barrier reduction funds that I'm mentioning, some students do have support with that to get money for gas in order to get here, or some access to, you know, the bus metro systems. We want to just try and do whatever we can to navigate those. They also, if they're involved in our HOSA program, we'll talk more about that, that if there are fees around those things, that the barrier reduction funds can be used for going to our regional events, or if they qualify to the other events that are available for HOSA, regional or state. Like I said, I am the support services coordinator. So my role is really to make a connection with the sending schools, with the, if a student is on an individualized education plan, an IEP, I would be working with the sending school case managers or counselors to make sure that any of the formal supports that the student has are translated to our programs here at WANIC. I've been a special education teacher for 28 years, so I understand the need for making sure that all of the critical information is passed along to anybody who's working with the students, and providing the accommodations that are needed for students in our programs. I want to highlight the importance if any of your students are on formalized plans like IEPs or 504 plans, that you connect with the case manager to then reach out to me. So that's kind of what I'm in the process of doing right now, is connecting with anybody who's planning for next year and getting those details sorted out. Okay, on to dual credit.
All right, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about the opportunities for college credits at WANIC. So we are aligned with Pacific Northwest Dual College Credit. They are a consortium that helps us access 5 different colleges in the area. The majority of our credits that students earn are with Bellevue College and with Lake Washington Technical College, but we also have agreements with Shoreline and with I think the Cascadia and other programs in the area, and we're always trying to expand those dual college credit options. So most of our classes offer not only high school credit, where you can earn 3 credits, and some of the credits are what's called credit equivalent. So for example, in our fire sciences program, students earn a science credit, they earn a health credit or a PE credit, and they earn an occupational credit. Plus they can earn college credits at Everett Community College or LW Tech. We have all these articulation agreements, and we help the kids get set up and apply to those credits. And you have to earn a B or better in order to be able to earn the credits total, which is hard work, but professors will help you get through it. Our teachers will help you get through it. It's also $50 a year to get as many credits as you possibly can. So for example, our medical careers program, students earn 32 credits for $50. If you were to think about that in terms of, let's just say a credit is $500 if you're going to a standard college, that is a lot of money saved, a lot of time saved, and a lot of effort saved that is all transferable to another program. And oftentimes parents and students are like, why should I sign up for these credits? I'm not going to go to Bellevue College. I'm not going to go to Lake Washington Tech. Do it anyway, because those credits and that transcript could be taken to another college. For example, you go to Central Washington University and you take that transcript and you tell them, I've earned these credits while in high school, and then you kind of negotiate what you're going to be able to take off of your distribution list, which again saves time, effort, and money. Those transcripts do not come through WANIC. They have to be obtained through the college and through Pacific Northwest College Credit. And we have lots of resources that you can access in the links in this PowerPoint. So when you ask for that information, you can follow up on that. But this is just a basic overview. And then finally, DigiPen students have the opportunity to earn credits while they are in the DigiPen programs for the DigiPen College. So an example, if you're in video game programming, you can shave off those credits if you attend the DigiPen program. However, I will tell you we are in a process of working on trying to add on to DigiPen the opportunity for students to earn Pacific Northwest dual credit. That has never been in place, and it's a work in progress. And coming out of the pandemic, that's something that we're trying to have as another opportunity for our students. So we are having an open house on March 16th. And if you've got any more questions, show up at LW Tech and all of our teachers will be there and all of our administrators will be there, and we're happy to answer more questions.
All right, we're going to click on program by program and give you some highlights next. Each of these slides, starting with automotive, I want you to pay attention to the some of the programs have the early priority and enrollment, application deadline. So if you're looking at North Shore District or Bellevue School District programs, April 15th is important. And that essentially the reason is those districts in our agreement, they hold a certain percentage of seats for WANIC applications. And after April 15th, if we don't fill those, then students in those districts, North Shore and Bellevue, can fill those seats if they're unused by WANIC. So that's an important deadline to be discussing with your career and college specialist as you look at applications for the fall. Automotive is located at two different locations, the Bothell High School and Bellevue High School. There's a second year available for students and opportunity to earn industry certification in automotive service excellence. They're working on cars they own and student cars and community cars. The next one here, aviation, Carrie mentioned, is a new offering, aviation technology, science, technology, engineering, math-based curriculum. This curriculum is going to be covering students learning about visual flight rules, about instrument flight rules, and drone skills. The location will be on the WANIC main campus here on the Lake Washington Technical College site. Notice also in the slides like this one, a prerequisite. That means that the requirement before you are eligible is you have to have successful completion of geometry before you can apply for this class. And this is designed to lead to lots of different aviation industry related jobs. Baking and pastry is located at our Bothell High School in the North Shore District. Again, on April 15th, early application deadline. They're in an industry, well-equipped industry standard kitchen, learning to mix, shape, fold, decorate, applying science and math beyond all that goes on behind the baking. Right now, it's offered this year as a morning class only, but it depends if we have more students interested, the possibility of an afternoon, but right now a morning session. The next one here is the Building Industry Technologies, or the Core Plus Construction Program. And as was mentioned earlier, a new location is being added for the fall. That's at Bothell High School. We also currently have had this at the Interlake High School and the Bellevue School District. The WANIC partners with the Washington-based program called Core Plus, and that offers a curriculum with industry expertise and some state-of-the-art equipment, supporting students' chance to explore these real-world, hands-on construction area skills. The deadline there again, April 15th, is important to note. The Cisco Networking Academy, this program is located at Newport High School in Bellevue. It has an opportunity for a second year, a 2-year program. So none of these require 2 years, but there are opportunities with some programs for a second year for students to return. At the end of year one, students in this program earn a certificate known as Cisco Certified Networking Associate. And at the end of year two, they can earn a Cisco Certified Networking Professional certification. And these are industry certifications that are valued stepping right out of high school into a job. Designing, building, managing, troubleshooting networks, computer networks. The next one here, Culinary Arts, located at Newport High School in the Bellevue District, not far for those of you in Issaquah. Students exploring a career in a variety of food-related industries, earning their food handler's permit. Again, an industry kitchen setting, commercial kitchen setting, with an opportunity to take a second year as well in that program. Our dental careers program is located here on the WANIC main site on the LW Tech College campus. You'll see with this one, prerequisite biology is recommended. So not required, but it's recommended to have successful completion of biology before entering this program. And industry certifications, basic life support, first aid and CPR. There's an opportunity also at the end of this program, the end of 1 year, to earn a certification that is not necessary in Washington State to obtain a job as a dental assistant, but some states it could be an advantage, and that's called the NELDA certification opportunity. But this is a growing field, great to consider. The next one, fire and EMS. This WANIC program is here on our main campus, main site on LW Tech, and is taught by active off-duty firefighters. And so students they go spend some time at drill days at fire stations across the east side, wearing their bunker gear. You can see in the photos that full firefighter gear. At the end of the year, they have an opportunity to do an event called Live Fire, where they're applying a lot of the skills they've learned all year long. Students who successfully complete year 1 have an opportunity for year 2. The next one here, health science careers. We also refer to this as the nursing program. We have a couple locations here. It's located at the WANIC main site here on the LW Tech campus, also at Sammamish High School in the Bellevue District and Woodinville High School in the North Shore District. And here's an opportunity in this class to, by the end, to be ready to be successful to pass the nursing assistant certification, or the NAC certification. And students will also earn their basic life support, first aid, and CPR. But an opportunity here to go out and spend 40 hours during the school year in a nearby healthcare clinic in order to meet that NAC requirement. So again here, successful completion of biology is strongly recommended for this class. Medical careers, also located here on the WANIC main site on the LW Tech campus. This is a class that mimics what it might look like if you walked into a doctor's examination rooms, and students are learning to treat the procedures around treating patients, surgery instrument preparations, office practices, vital signs, medical ethics, and more. And so something to consider if you're looking to explore careers in whether it be doctors, nurses, other healthcare professionals. Opportunity to set you up to earn a medical assistant certificate, but that MA certificate would require 4 more quarters of college beyond this class. And successful completion of biology is strongly recommended for this one. And then close to where you are in the Issaquah district here is sports medicine at Issaquah High School. And it's an advanced and accelerated course where students gain practical skills, assisting high school sporting events, learning anatomy, physiology, medical terminology. There's a first aid CPR certification, and successful completion of biology is strongly recommended for this one. So if you students in Issaquah School District are interested in this, if it's not at your home high school, you would go through your career center specialist, college career specialist, and there would be an internal registration process within the Issaquah School District to go to this program. Next one is a new offering that we're excited about. It's we're partnering with the Institute for Systems Biology, ISB, and for this systems medicine class, and an opportunity here to earn 3 high school credits, 2 of those in the CTE credit category. And we're also working on a lab science credit that is still pending. The prerequisite, it is required to have biology before this class. I also should mention that when I refer to CTE credit, you may know that also as occupational education credit for your high school graduation requirements. Students actively are engaged in hands-on laboratory, computer, community-based units involving medical systems. And it's really aimed at participatory, personalized, predictive, preventive learning in that category. So we're excited about that. The next one, let me turn our attention to some programs at the DigiPen Institute. So we partner with DigiPen, and there's an array of different offerings. The first one is DigiPen's Art and Animation. This is located on the WANIC DigiPen campus. There's a second year available for students. You can see that in the first year, CTE credit and fine art credit and art history credit is earned. In the second year, if you choose that, there's 2 credits of CTE and 1 credit of advanced placement art drawing credit. And it's an opportunity to study professional production, animation, and traditional art theory. The next one there, DigiPen's Data Analytics and Visualization. As Carrie referred to this last year, we offered it. Did not have enough student registrations to run the class, but here we are offering it a second year with the hope that more students will be ready. This is really one of those that the industry and the community is asking for students to be prepared for this and move out of high school into this industry. The math credit is in the approval process here, but you can see that it's going to be a combination of math credit and CTE credit. The prerequisite, it is required to have Algebra 2 successful completion before you're eligible for this class. The DigiPen's game design class, here for the creative-minded student, deeply curious to understand the behavior and psychology behind video games, and eager to learn methods for designing those games, interactive experiences. We have another class that's similar with a different twist that I'll mention in a minute. This again is offered at the DigiPen campus. The DigiPen Music and Sound Design class. Again, at the DigiPen campus, combines music composition history theory with practical training in studio recording techniques. A person does not have to be a musician to be considered for this class, but if you have that interest, if that's a strong interest of yours, this could be the class for you. There's an opportunity to do 2 years as well in this class. Another video game related class at DigiPen is the video game programming. And again, designing and developing games using game engines and learning the basics of programming with a variety of programming languages, integrating mathematics and design theory. You can see here that the opportunity for a second year prerequisite for year 1 is Algebra 2. You do have to have successful completion before stepping into this class. It's very math-based. And that brings us to the end of the program by program slides. I will.
So before I launch into the registration calendar, I just want to do a little bit of bragging about DigiPen. So most recently, I heard that 40 of our students from last year are in the DigiPen College this year, which is a tremendous amount of WANIC DigiPen students joining into those programs. And in talking with Christopher Comer, who is the son of the founder of DigiPen, he says, what we know is that when a student goes through the WANIC program, they are fully aware and fully prepared to be successful in the DigiPen College. So bear that in mind as you're thinking about sending your student to our programs. And also bear it in mind when you're thinking about data analytics as a new pathway, because I think there's going to be some great connections there. And then the last thing I want to brag about DigiPen is most recently I was recognizing that the Academy Awards has a new category, and the new category is for music and sound design in films related to video games. And so I anticipate that at some point in time, we're going to see some DigiPen folks out there getting some, well, it was the Grammys, excuse me, not Academy Awards, Grammys. All right, so moving on to registration. Enough bragging, although I could brag about WANIC all the time. So we opened up our calendar a lot earlier this year, and I anticipate we're going to be doing that even sooner because most skill centers open up their registration pretty much before a winter break. But we opened on January 24th, so our applications are open for every single program right now. And as mentioned before, April 15th is the deadline for any programs that are located in Bellevue School District, North Shore School District, or Issaquah School District. So get those applications in soon. When we say April 15th is the deadline, really you should be noting to yourself that you want to get that application in far earlier than April 15th, because it is kind of first come, first serve. And you don't, it also has to be vetted by your counselor and vetted by the career specialist. So you don't want to have any kind of barriers in that process. And then for those programs, April 20th is when enrollment will begin. And then finally, we have our open house coming up on March 16th, where we hold all of our teachers have tables to talk about their programs, and you can talk to them individually. It's from 5 o'clock to 7 p.m. at the LW campus, right in the main commons area there. And this is all about our full year programs, not about our summer programs. So we are really marketing to students who want to come and join us either in the morning or the afternoon or in the late afternoon for DigiPen. We will have a little bit of information on summer, but we will not be ready to share any kind of information in depth about our summer programs. We concentrate on our full year, and then we switch everything on a dime and turn summer around. So speaking of summer, we're going to move into that. Oh, excuse me. We're going to talk a little bit about applying within the WANIC consortium first. So I think you're going to need to click through these because it's, yeah. All right. So for Issaquah School District students in the sports medicine program, you do not have to go online and fill out a WANIC application. So that for you is the only thing that you need to worry about, is that you apply within your school district to access the sports medicine program. Every other program, you're going to want to go in and fill out an application on the WANIC website. So if you're an Issaquah student and you're going to go to a Bellevue culinary arts program, you're going to need to apply through WANIC. If you're an Issaquah student and you want to go to DigiPen, you apply through WANIC. If you're an Issaquah student and you want to apply to the fire sciences, you apply to WANIC. So any in-district applications, you do it within your district. Any out-of-district applications, you do it through WANIC. And I think that, and then you'll want to work with your school counselor and your career specialist to make sure that you're getting yourself set up for success. Because as Barb mentioned, you want to make sure that you have a travel period in there and you give yourself plenty of time to get to your class in the worst traffic in the world, in our lovely Northeast King County 405, 520 area. It can be pretty challenging to get from point A to point B. So you want to leave time for travel, and you want to leave time to get something to eat too. If you're traveling in the middle of the day, you want to get your lunch in. And let's see. Yep, I think that's it. And then of course, traveling, you're going to need to provide your own transportation. So now we can talk a little bit about summer. So every summer is a little bit different, kind of depending upon what districts are willing to offer. So WANIC is one of the most unique skill centers in the state of Washington, and we are able to offer programs in our partnering districts. So for example, last couple of years, Issaquah has offered, I think, a computer programming course and a computer culinary course. And I think next year they're doing some similar offerings, but, you know, like out in Riverview School District, which is pretty close to Issaquah, you could drive up to Carnation and take a STEM guitar building course, or you could go up to Cedar Crest High School in Duval and take health or freelance art or photo video fusion class. And then at LW Tech, we offer Intro to Fire Science, and then DigiPen offers all kinds of introductory courses. So we've got multiple locations. Everybody who does the courses needs to be there every single day, and it's 7 hours a day of classes. So we start at 8 in the morning and we end at 3 p.m. and we do not allow any absences. Because when you miss a day of summer, you're missing a week and a half of classes. It is pretty fast and furious, and you earn a half a credit during that time. Teachers love it and kids love it though, because they're learning a lot and they get to concentrate on one area, and there's no homework. They usually get everything done in class. If you wind up doing stuff at home, it's because you didn't get it done in class. It's free, and there's no fees involved. And when you are done, there is an official transcript. And if you're an incoming 9th grader, so our classes are open from incoming 9th graders to incoming 12th graders, that transcript goes on your permanent record. And so you want to keep that in mind when you're taking our summer classes. So the applications will open up sometime after spring break. So that's April for most of us. So keep an eye out for those applications to open up. And there are no college credits offered for those classes. Some of the classes do get recognized by their schools as credit equivalency. So for example, health would be a health credit. In some districts, they recognize like the photo video fusion and the freelance art class both as art credits. So it's just kind of depending upon the class. All right, some of the important considerations for summer. It is, as I mentioned, 7 hours a day. You can get one excused absence. We don't like doing it, but more than one, we're going to probably have to exit you from the program, which would be pretty hard. Last year was rough because with COVID quarantines, we had a lot of students not being able to finish the program because they had to quarantine for 5 or more days. And so we gave students a withdrawal from the course, but that was pretty hard to take, especially if you were halfway through. It can be very challenging if you're a student that needs a little bit of extra time, or you're anxious about deadlines and things being really fast paced. It is a pretty intensive, 3 weeks. We will be starting class this year on Tuesday, June 27th. And this year we're going to hold class on July 3rd. So if you're one of those people who wants to take a long weekend over the July 4th, it's not going to work for you, because we are going to have class on Monday, July 3rd. And definitely don't schedule a vacation in the middle of this either. So those are some of the considerations for summer. And then here's just a list on the next slide of all of the courses that we offered last year. So you can kind of get an idea of where the courses were offered and the types of courses. Now, will they be the same next year? No, not always, but we'll probably have a few crossovers. That work is in progress right now, and we're trying to procure teachers and commitments for summer, but it takes a little bit of work behind the scenes, and then we have to get permission from the state to run these programs at the various sites. So I don't see that we're offering STEM guitar building next summer, but maybe we can convince the teacher to come back the year after. And I also have not heard of offering Amazon Web Services, but most of the other classes I think are going to be on the agenda. And so we'll update that closer we get. And so the summer registration calendar, the dates are being finalized for when you will be able to get into the open applications, but anticipate that's usually about the second or third week of April, mostly when everybody's back from their spring break. And then we'll close the applications. It's rising seniors have first dibs on all the classes, and then everything is by lottery after that. In May, enrollment will begin. And then once people are placed, if there's any spots open, we open it up and take people on wait lists or more applications. And then by June, pretty much early June, we've got the rosters finalized. So it's really important if you're going to sign up for summer that you commit to the sign up, because it's really heartbreaking to people that have been on the waiting list, only to find out that people didn't show up on the first day of summer and there were spots that could have been accessed by other students. And it's really heartbreaking for us in the office to see that happen. So,
all right.
Barb,
I'm gonna jump in here, Carrie. I absolutely love summer and got to be involved with that, supporting students. Love it. So hopefully lots of people will sign up for that. Well, this is our conclusion of our WANIC Skills Center introduction, and we're so happy that so many people were able to join us tonight. If you have any questions, we really want to answer the questions that you have. The best way to get a hold of us is through our email. Email us at wanic@lwsd.org. You can call us also. That's a little more difficult to get answers to your questions, so do email. But if you do want to call, 425-739-8400. To repeat again, so important, bring all of your questions. We want to see as many people as possible at our open house. So again, March 16th, from 5 to 7 p.m. We're going to be in the Commons in the East Building on the LW Tech campus. We do have information for people who in the Spanish language. So information in Spanish is from 5:30 to 6 o'clock that night. And we want to be able to support everybody as well as we possibly can. And then we also want to make sure that you have access to our resources. On this slide, we have the resources we want to provide for you, where we are located, how to get a hold of us, our phone number, website. You can get a ton of information off of our website, wanic.org, as well as the support services that are provided there. My contact information is here. So please do access this resource page for anything related to even the Pacific Northwest College credit. Our course expectations guide is a full PDF detailing out all of the expectations for students accessing our programs and what the students should be expected to do when they come. We have an intro video that you can view, the one that was at the start of it as you came in. A lot of people weren't able to see it, but it's right here. The link is provided for you. And our team is just really excited to meet as many people as possible. So that open house is a great time to do that. This is our small but mighty WANIC team, and we're really happy to have been here tonight with you all. And reach out anytime to get your questions answered. I'm going to pass it back off to Lorna. We have